Time comes when we shall redeem our pledge.
All it took was a pen, a map and a collapsing empire.
When the British had to draw a line, they pulled in a civil servant who had never been to India before.
Al Jazeera examines the violent birth of India and Pakistan and asks what the future holds for these nuclear neighbours. Partition, borders of blood at this time.
Heavy bombardment in Yemen as secessionist forces reportedly take control of the port city of Aden. Hello, I'm Sahil Rahman. You're watching Al Jazeera live from my headquarters here in Doha. Also coming up, a rocky start to Russia's attempt at a peace conference on Syria. Also, thousands rally in Nairobi as opposition leader Raila Odinga takes an unofficial oath declaring himself Kenya's people's president. Also, major changes for hundreds of millions of Facebook users worldwide. Get ready for local news feeds. Welcome to the programme. Secessionist forces in Yemen have reportedly taken control of the southern port city of Aden. Now, the Reuters news agency says the forces, which are backed by the United Arab Emirates, have confined the government of President Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi to the presidential palace. The takeover comes after 2 days of fighting. The Yemeni government is accusing Saudi Arabia of ignoring the action of the UAE-linked forces. Now, this is a new front in Yemen's civil war, which has so far been dominated by fighting between President Hadi's government and Houthi rebels. A split has emerged in the Saudi-led coalition that supports Hadi. UAE-backed separatists have turned on the president's troops in the south. They want a separate state for southern Yemen. The secessionists say the region has been neglected and mistreated by the government. South and North Yemen were separate countries for much of the latter half of the 20th century before uniting in 1990. Aden used to be the capital of the south. Well, Hashim Albra has covered the conflict in Yemen for a number of years extensively for Al Jazeera. Joins me now in the studio. This is quite a game changer, is it not? Certainly the events of the last 48 hours.
Yes, it is important because the south of Yemen was the platform for the internationally recognized government of President Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi to start this military operation against the Houthis. Now he's lost control over the south. I mean, we can practically say that President Hadi's control over Yemen is now over. He has absolutely no control of any single part of the country. He is now in exile in Saudi Arabia, but his troops operating in the south, his people, his government are more of a window dressing. The ones who control the south now are the separatists who form this body called the South Transitional Body. What they want to have a state of their own. And they are backed mainly by the United Arab Emirates.
Of course, this is not the wider plan that the Saudis would have had in their coalition assault on Yemen since, 2015. What sort of problems does this create now for the UAE and Saudi? Because they have been coalition partners.
Yes. In 2015, Saudis were hands-on in Yemen. They were the key player in the country. They led the coalition against the Houthis. They supported massive military financial support to their own allies inside Yemen. Over the last 2 years, we started seeing a new shift, which is basically the United Arab Emirates playing quite a significant role in the south. They are training forces in the south. They have providing significant financial aid to different parties operating in the south of the country. Now, are the Saudis and the Emiratis on the same page about the south of Yemen?